We have 14 commercial partners that pay a considerable amount of money into this event, over £1 million, and we've got to protect their rights.
Yeah, MTTV is really important because it's an opportunity for us to get information and news on the Isle of Man out to, the island and the residents and to some of our customers. So I think it's a really valuable service, and in fact it's a service we'd like to use more of in the future.
You're estates manager, so this is all yours?
Estates director with the department, so responsibility for these large schemes, capital projects lies with me, but this is a particularly pleasing one to bring to fruition.
When it was acquired by the Manx government and shipped to the Isle of Man, there was some question as to where it was eventually going to be.
Well, that's down to Matty Gregson of Manx Memorials to select the stone, and he's obviously done a good job because we've got about a quarter of a tonne on the pallet now.
The insurance that we had from Lloyd's for 6 months allowed us to go all the way down the 60 bays, and we've written this report which is gone to the government now for them to look at.
Well, this is the third in a series of FOI requests I've made to the BBC because I found that the BBC is pretty impenetrable.
This time they kind of looked at things, looked at road safety generally, and they wanted to put the focus particularly this year on cycling.
Had about 160 people actually signed up, with another 100 in our files waiting to bring the KYC in, so it's quite a good start.
Is that they are promising to treat the people of the Isle of Man equally with other areas, so they've promised equality, and we will be doing our utmost to hold them to that.
As a popular place to be used, the dressing rooms have been sourced as a place that need updating, modernising, and bringing up to modern standards of comfort and safety, really.
2, 1. I cannot believe that just happened.
The outward facing side was very, very positive. I think we've got some very good news on the economic front. Lots of positivity behind the scenes, lots of investment opportunities coming up for the island. And of course we've got to deal with the challenges that we're facing, but I think we've got to take those challenges in a positive manner.
We're still going to be encouraging the organisation, but the festival itself, that's been taking place for 40 years, we decided to give it a new name for that July festival.
We've never ever asked for the building to be given to us. We've always said we want to buy the building, and now he's just gone straight out onto the open market without any warning to us at all.
Public health are very much supportive of trying e-cigarettes, and there's a new designed one by an ex-prison officer in Leeds Prison.
And on this day here in New York, his adopted home, a Manxman named William Kennish lost his final battle with illness at the age of 63 and passed away, leaving his wife Mary and children.
And in her letter she personally guarantees me that the Isle of Man will be involved during the full length of the negotiations on Brexit and will be kept informed of everything. Mr Collister, let's be clear, he's not been sacked by me, he's not been sacked by the Health Minister. Him and the Health Minister have had a personal, you can say, breakdown between themselves, and he's felt the only way out has to be, is to resign.
What was specifically asked of me is that I make it very clear that I have no official role. The government doesn't recognize me, and that I am, that's it. That I was doing this for the purposes of a TV show is what was asked.
Our intention is to put eventually 4 9-metre antennas here on the Carnian hillside.
Great, you know, sure, cycling's been big on the Isle of Man for years and years and years, but having this whole festival side of it is just amazing.
There is something there for everybody, from £5 to £500.
After I start joining the bow, stern and base, that's when I'm committed to what the shape is.
We've continued to grow. We're now, we started out in 2005 with 5 people here up in Onken, and we've grown now to, latest count is about 396.
We've been pushing and pushing to have it renewed. We were assured last year that it would all be resolved by TT 2017. Nothing's still happened. TT's upon us. We're still in the dark, and frankly, it's very, very frustrating.
Bizarrely, just here at Beleg, a tree comes down on the TT circuit on top of a car, which is a hire car, a gentleman from Ireland who are just going to get their place to watch the races. And obviously, the mind boggles if this happened during a race itself.